go. Where is everybody? Remix. All right, let's just get going, huh? How about it? How about it, guys? Let's just get going. Before we do, all hail Rabid! All hail Rabid! Yeah. So, anyway, what's going on? How's everyone up to? I'm a little late. I wanted to stream at my normal time, but I'm about 55 minutes late. I see Max Voltage is in the house. Maybe we should just have him come on the stream with us. That way I don't have to talk as much. Oh, we got Jock McMiner UK. What's going on? First time 13. Northern Crypto and Tech. What is happening? Will Blabnap. Oh, I always butcher that one. Spec Mining, what's going on? Mr. Max Voltage is there. We got Wrath. Should I swap my DGH1 for an Avalon Q? Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy right now these times, huh? I don't know. Not financial advice. I'm not sure what you should actually do. Easy admit what's going on. I'm still getting a bunch of BGO2s, but the Q seems great on eco mode. It is good on eco mode. Keep in mind, we also have maybe, it depends what your timeline is for that. The end of the month, I was actually, because I seen something on Twitter last night about people are wondering when's the T3 going to release. It keeps getting extended. So I was talking to ASL Miner, who is like their main, you know, kind of how Jingle Mining is to Jazz Miner, that ASL Mining is to the Flu Miner. You know, obviously everyone gets it, but they're like the closest partner or whatever. Anyway, so they were saying sometime by the end of this month, maybe early November, but they're hoping for the end of this month that the T3 should finally start getting released. So depending on your timeline, maybe you want to wait for that because that might turn up to be possibly the best home Bitcoin miner. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Obviously, I got links and stuff to my website that will grant you, get you to ASL miner. So check those out. But yeah, you've spoken to Stephen, end of the month. Okay, you're on top of it. You're ready to roll. Morning, friends. What's going on? Bleach here. We got AG. We got Cloud, Jockwick Miner, UK, Ninja Kid. What is that? Neomorphous 1.0. What's happening? How you guys doing? How you guys all doing today? Anyway, yeah, it was Sunday. Obviously, I didn't live stream yesterday because yesterday was Sabbath. So, you're supposed to rest. You're supposed to honor God and all these things. That's what the Sabbath is for. So I didn't live stream yesterday. That's why. I don't do anything on Saturdays anymore. I go on X in the morning and, say whatever, happy Sabbath and all that. But I don't respond to any comments. I don't search anything. It's pretty much a day to unplug, right? So yeah, that's what I do there. So if you try to get a hold of me on a Saturday, good luck. Anyway, what's happening? Yeah, you made it. What's happening, Daniel Floyd? Yeah, but not a fan of Flu Miner. Still haven't fixed a bunch of their firmware, and I would probably run it on eco lowest wattage mode because I pay stupid electricity. Yeah, obviously it comes down to everyone's different situation, electricity prices, time of year. Last night here, it was actually -2 Celsius and felt like -6. So we have frost and stuff on the ground from last night. So starting to chill down, which means also, things run at less power, depending how you run your farm. Obviously, some people like to heat their house and stuff. I've never done that because natural gas here is fairly cheap, that I save more money. Keeping my rigs at cold temperatures, I drop depending on how much power you're using. When I'm full bore, 10 to 12,000 watts, I drop 3 to 4, not quite 4,000, but maybe 2 to 3,000 watts at the wall, which saves me, especially depending on your power price, more money than it would to heat my house and not running, the natural gas furnace. So it all depends on your situation, but it's nice that winter is coming so I can start running more efficiently because you can keep them things so much cooler. So that's what we're waiting for here. So that's awesome. That's a good thing. But at the same time, we're coming into that bear market possibly, and things could be kind of on the rough side. But anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today on this Sunday? Let me know. You guys, let me know. Summer is over, guys. Yes, summer is over. Some people have been waiting to turn back onto the old kapow there. What do we got? We got Flocky's Angels. Hello, sir. How goes it today? Haven't watched in a butt, but I mean that's bit, but going to see a regular watcher from here on out. Nice Flo Keys Angels. What's happening? Welcome. Nice to see you here. I haven't seen Budweiser. What's he been up to? He's been working on all the weekends, or what's happening there? But in case he watches this later on, we got to do it, right? We know what we're gonna do. Budweiser. Yeah, so we just had to do that. He's drunk. Oh man. Waiting for this massive pump in crypto. Yeah, Daryl Flory. Yeah. We're waiting on it. What's gonna pump the most? I know, Daryl. I know what Daryl's gonna say. Before he even says, I know he's gonna say it's Pepe. Am I right? Pepe's gonna be the biggest gainer in the history of crypto, according to Daryl Flory. Not for natural advice. I gotta be careful when you say anything like that, because oh man, Budweiser. Clash. Just holding, watching BTC go up and over the last 4 years, hodling long term works wonders. Yeah, that's right too. Doge at 30 cents. I will sell it all and pump it into fart. Oh man. Hey Waldo, I found Rabid. Hey, nice Ogre MGTOW. What's going on? Welcome. So let's take a look at some things. What are prices looking like right now? Now I think, yeah, I got to readjust my screens, I think, because I have it on 4K, but it seems like it uses, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm only streaming at 720, but we got Bitcoin here rocking around up 1.1%. Last night it went it new all-time high last night, actually. It hit 125 or something? What did it hit last night? Anybody remember? I can't remember what it was. I posted about it. What do we got here? Yeah, 125 and a half. Nice, huh? Good old Bitcoin. You can't see nothing because I have my buttons messed up. But yeah, 125. Bitcoin doing things. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys look at the latest gainers today. Look at this. That's not it. I hate it. They such like, shouldn't when you do this, like, are they limited to coins? Like, watch when I do this. And what is SPX 6900? SPX, like spandex. I don't know. And we got pudgy penguins. Like, what is all this crap? Anyway, if I go to my watch list, we got some way bigger gainers than that. Kaboom! Tari? XTM? Is this like a gold shell pump? What is happening here? 38% when it was like doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere. So that's a bonus. We got Zephyr here is up 35%. It's over $1. I don't know if any of you guys remembered this. What was it, 4 or 5 months ago? I made a video. I can't remember what it's called because I wanted to find it and make a video about that video because kind of what I said in that just happened. It came true. So, what was it? Like, let's just look at, do I have it here? Zephyr network hash rate. So if we come into here, we come back, like the network hash rate was like what? 88, 85, 76 mega hash back in this, and the yields were really high. Zep was sitting around 45 to 50 cents. I can't remember. And I was saying, if Zep even hits a little, like if it goes to $1 again, which I think it should, not financial advice because we never know because it did stay stagnant for a long time. But if it goes to $1 again, you'll be making a decent amount. So I went into here and I looked back. And I was running through some numbers, and yeah, so I put it into the things that hit $1.20. It's down to $1.16 now, but this morning it was at $1.20, and that would have made a 7950X making over $1.51 if you would have been hodling that. If you would have mined it then and hodled it up and then sold it yesterday, that would have been $1.51 per rig if you did that. Now, obviously, a lot of us have our bags from back when Zep was $20 and $50, so $1.20 kind of sucks. But if you kind of went through that and you were just, like I kind of explained, like this is like a reset. Pretend you never mined it in the past at all. Zero. Ignore all that. From this point before it didn't happen, mine it now moving forward. And you're probably going to make some decent daily profits moving forward from that point on, like resetting everything and move forward. And now it went up. It doubled in price in theory because it was only, like I said, 45 to 50 cents. And now it shot it up to, about $1.51 per day. So like, I don't know, what was that 3-4 months ago? So if I just run my calculator here, I didn't do it. I didn't take my own advice because I was mining Cubic and trying other things and whatever else. But if I would have, I had about, let's say I got some 3950Xs and stuff still. So I'm just going to go 16 rigs here. I'm going to times that by 1.51. So that's about $24 a day. And then you times that by 30. And then you times that by about, say, 4 or 5 months. That's around $3,000 USD that you would have made in the past 3 or 4 months. That's not too shabby for 14 rigs. But I didn't do that. Maybe I probably should have, but I didn't take my own advice. But, that's just some of the things moving forward. Now, hopefully it keeps going up, but we don't know if that's going to be the case or not. So now I'm going to kind of close that. I'm going to leave this here because I actually want to come down to this and update some things by looking at Tari. I want to look at Tari now to see what things are looking like, as it does sound like some miners have actually been delivered and stuff now. I'm just going to run the live chat here before we move forward, see what everyone's talking about so I don't lose everything. Not until summer is over, not until tomorrow. Upper 80s and 90s the last week in the Chicago area. Temp drops tomorrow and then 60s and flannel weather moving forward. So winter's starting to come for some. We got Modus Printus there. How about that BC2 Bitcoin 2? Yeah, we'll look at that in a minute. Remind me. I just want to get through this Tari thing right now. Show him my pet mobile rabbit. Yeah, where is that? I've never seen that. Is that actually your real vehicle? Or did you like make that? I'll be giving out free and cruising the coast 2025. Nice. Good day, Rabbit. Zephyr to the moon. Let's hope so, right? Let's hope so. I have a large bag. Oh, nice. You have a large bag. That's back to $50 would be nice. 400 would be better, but that's probably not going to happen. But we'll see. You had a bag. You had a bag on the Trade Ogre, and we know that fell through. No. But we are both here now and ready to learn, sir. Remember, but none of this is financial advice. It's all entertainment purposes. Keep that in mind. I stayed on Zeph, didn't mind Q at all. Interesting, Daryl. You stayed it on. Nice, nice. Coming in late. Hi, all. Hey, J Rod D's, a pirate. What's going down? What we got here? Chris Klein. Heard almost everything is going to be going to AI and nodes. Is that true? Well, hey, who knows? AI eventually is going to take over everything. And then we're going to have Terminator in real life and stuff like that. But, like, it's hard to say because, well, coins are being made by AI, yeah. Some blockchains are probably being copied and forked with AI, yeah. When it comes to crypto AI, there still isn't really any crypto AI. It's more like crypto hash rate rentals, and they just throw AI in the name, and people think it's like next level AI happening. But I don't think it is by the looks of things. Like you go to Octa.Space, you go to Vast, you go to all these things, which Vast isn't really labeled as AI, but you know what I mean. But a lot of people like to consider crypto AI. It's just rental services, and it's just based on like what's pumping. Like when what was it? When Cubic, before they had their halving, was exploding all over the place, and everyone was talking about it again. All the rental services were making a bunch of money, but they were all just mining Cubic. Then Cubic halving went through and it kind of died off, and everyone's talking about how the profits died and it all sucks now again. And that's kind of what happened there. And then the rental services are good to find new coins. If you have someone that's using one and they can let you know, hey, this is mining this now and that's mining now, because there's been a few new coins pop up where some people in my Discord said, hey, I was on Octa.Space and it's weird, all my rigs are mining this. And then you look it up and it's a brand new coin. It's like, oh, interesting. Another hash rate service, new coin. Like there's a new one that's in beta right now. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a node thing. And that's where a lot of these things, Octa.Space, I believe, and I think Chlor was being used for this new coin that's currently in a beta, which the rewards are going to be moving on the mainnet when it comes. It's a node type of system, and I can't remember the name or how it works. I never really looked into it. That was a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know where it is there, but I know the latest boom on those was due to this other new thing that popped up. But we don't really know, really what's going on in the background of all this. But, eventually AI will obviously start to become more, I guess. Angelos, what is that? Cervantes, greetings from Belgium. Nice, welcome. Still have my Bidax solo on BC2, no luck. Darn it, yeah, network hash rate. Okay, so I just want to run into here. One thing I wanted to go over is fully electric. You guys I don't know if you guys saw him on Twitter, but one thing, he lives in the US. He was one of the first ones to receive his XTM miner from Gold Shell. And through tariffs, it was like double the price. Like it wasn't 25 or 35% tariffs. It was 100%. He was at like $1,800 in tariffs for a little Gold Shell box miner. That sucks. Then obviously some people in Australia ordered one. They had zero tariffs because obviously it goes depending on your country. So they didn't have to pay any import fees at all. So it all depends, kind of where you live. So interesting on that. But anyway, I want to go through. We want to take a look at things here and see, what's the hash rate, because we can see here already that we got 27.54 terahash was at first, and then now it peaked up to 68, so it's almost 3 times, not quite, almost 3 times. The network hash rate has increased in, well, what day is it? September 28th to now, which is only like, what is that, a week? That's exactly 1 week, I guess, 7 days that hit here. And the odd thing here, I'm trying to figure out, there is a hash rate boost here, so it looks like they're probably working on support XTM, but I'm not 100% sure. But as we know, a lot of times with Gold Shell, like this should obviously work everywhere. I don't know how much of a change there is, but usually when it came to a Leo and it came to, what was that other coin that Gold Shell was really early on? I can't remember. A Leo and something else. I don't remember, but it only worked on the one pool because they rushed it. It was a lithium because they only were mining one chain instead of the 16 on a lithium and stuff like that. So only DX pool worked because they converted their pool to not mine the coin properly so that the Gold Shell miners worked. And, that was the only one that's worked on. But we could see here, DX Pool, which is partnered with Gold Shell, they also have a 5% fee happening on this pool. And we can see that's where the hash rate is picking up, minus this one that just picked up here. So all these ASICs are on DX pool. So I'm wondering, do they only work on this pool, or can you switch the other ones? Because now they're not only robbing you with an expensive miner that's going to drop in profit super fast, the pool that they're partnered with that might only work is also robbing you of pool fees. Like, what? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Wow, they're double bagging you okay, anyway. So hopefully it works. Like, it looks like it's probably going to work on this. Myself, if I ever get one of these, I would probably throw it on either support XTM, possibly Cryptex. I trust Cryptex. I just a different pool, because one, we can see the pool fees are obviously a lot smaller here, and yeah, things like that. And depending what you care about, the chain and stuff, decentralization, all that other stuff. But for the most part, cheaper fees. Hopefully it works on a different pool. So anyway, we see the price going up. I want to see what this is kind of looking like in projection. So I actually want to make a new one here. So I'm going to label this as old. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to make a new line. I'm just going to label this one as now. Just so we can kind of get an idea here of what things are kind of looking like. So now we got to update the price to 00295. It's not even up that much from last time I did it. So like it dropped a bunch. It dropped a bunch since I last looked at this, and I did it when they first announced their miner. And then now it looks like it's pumping up a lot, but it's barely even up from when I last checked it. So yeah, anyway, it's not doing that good. Anyway, 00295. Like it went up an extra $2,000 a day. Wow, big deal. Anyway, so we got that network hash rate now. What do we got for network hash rate? 67.97 terahash. 67.97. Do we have less? What? Do we have less hash rate than when I did this? Or was it? Oh, we estimate. We might have been estimating. We did. Well, yeah, I remembered last time we live streamed, we were estimating so I think this was last week. We were guessing, what was the network hash rate going to be, a week or a month after Gold Shell ships. And it looked like we were pretty close. You guys said, I can't remember what you guys said, 100 miners or something? I don't remember what that was. We're going to have to look at last week's live stream. But we're pretty close, 69, and there's 67.93 on there. So, wow, guys, you guys nailed it. If you guys were here last week and you guys are throwing out numbers and you remember that, grats, guys. You guys were on the ball. Wicked. So anyway, now we got to figure out what the heck that actually was. So before that, we're sitting at 27.54. So I got to adjust that to 27.54. 27.54. That's not right, because that's making way too much. I don't freaking know. Something, we got some issues happening here. Some type of issues. Anyway, let's continue. Let's just see where we are right now. Right now we're sitting at 67.93. 67.93. 480. Yeah, 16,000 coins. Same $47. What the heck is mining now telling us? I gotta look at mining now to see if I got something messed up on my spreadsheet now. That doesn't seem right. That don't seem right at all. $50. Okay, well maybe it is right, because this is saying $51 freaking dollars a day. All right, so maybe I do got some stuff correct here. So I don't know. Like something's not making sense in my head though. You see what I'm seeing? We're only at 27, and now we're at freaking 68, like 3 times as much. Yeah, we have this pump happening. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. So wait, let's take a look. What was it at? Oh, 001. Oh wait, yeah, here we go. 00188. Let's look at that. 00188. That's still 75. I don't know about that. There's something going on here. Need to look back at older hash rates to see exactly what the. Anyway, so right now it's over $50 a day. So that's actually pretty crazy. ROI, I don't know. Let me just see. 1,800 divided by 50, 30. Whoa, 36 days, and they're sold out. So in theory, and they didn't sell that many because the hash rate went up to about whatever we guessed last week, which wasn't that many. It was like 100 or something. So in theory, if Gold Shell doesn't get any new miners on for another batch for at least a month, early people are going to have theirs ROI'd if the price maintains. So wow, now people that have to pay double, they got to wait 2 months, not 1 month, to do that because of tariffs. That sucks. So that's a little harder to do, but that's insane. That's insane. Yeah, there you go. You'd buy it and insta swap the BTC. Yeah, that's the thing. But there's other thing you got to keep in mind, guys. Like, oh, Bitcoin. Like, this is the tricky thing right now. Like, Bitcoin's gonna go up some more. I don't know. I think it's gonna hit a new all-time high, but the run's almost over in my mind. I don't know 100%. Remember, I'm not financial advice. I don't know how to read these charts for like right now events, what's happening. I just base everything long term. And as we know, 2013, 2017, 2021, 2025, we know the 4-year cycles. Every 4 years, Bitcoin peaks. Now, coming into here to the peaks here, we do have I don't remember when this one was. This one was December, early January or something. Here we have December, then we have November, and now we're in October. Like, this could be the month where Bitcoin peaks. So do you swap everything into Bitcoin at the peak? That's the tricky part. And in theory, when Bitcoin starts crashing a bit, sometimes some of the alts start to do their skyrocketing because we know the Bitcoin run is over. So people are trying to capitalize on some altcoins potentially, and then that's when we could see some some skyrocketing happening because money comes out of Bitcoin into that. Now it's a little harder because obviously we have all the ETFs and stuff now, so that'll factor into other things. Wall Street doesn't care about the altcoins. Wall Street can't buy altcoins because that is all money that's not really into crypto. That's money that's only into Bitcoin, nothing else. So it also depends on how much of that money is actually in crypto, not through the ETF markets, because that money will not come into the crypto market. It'll only go in and out of Bitcoin through ETFs. So we also have that we got to account for this time because that wasn't a thing back in 2017 and stuff. So we also got to account for that. So it's not going to be as much. But then again, it doesn't take as much to, a lot of these alts are so low cap, it don't take much for them to balloon. But, not financial advice. We don't know how it's going to go. But, basing everything on the previous cycles, we could be peaking this month and then it's over, which, could make sense. Hopefully we still have maybe till December, November or something. Maybe it'll stay decent length till the end of the year. But we do know that potentially by the end of next year, there's a good chance we could possibly be seeing the bottom again. Now, there's lots of rumors, super cycles and mega super cycle times 2 that'll last forever, and it's different this time and all that. It never, ever seems to be different this time, but, we always hoping it's different this time. But is it actually going to be different this time? Only time will tell. We got to wait and see how that plays out. So, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. Like, if we had this amount of profit right now and it was 2027 now, because the next run will be 2027, then heck yeah, start putting everything you can into the old Bitcoin because we have a couple years to stack before it explodes again. So, there's that out there. But yeah, I don't know. Crazy stuff going on. What goes up must come down. That's very truth there, Wrath. Zep, yeah. Don't get into BTC at the high. Alts will bang this year with worldwide adoption. Let's hope so. That's the other thing. The FOMO is real, guys. We got to keep this in mind. For the past, I don't know, year or two, there's been people purchasing ASICs and stuff. The way I can kind of track this is obviously I got lots of referrals and I don't try to push any miners on you. I try to go through and say, hey, you know what? Even with the XT box, right now it's profitable, but as more release, depending on time frames that we don't know about, if it takes a while and they're delayed and Gold Shell can't get more miners out soon, the early batch people, they're going to make a bunch of money. Same with the early Kaspa people. But the thing is, if that happens, then people start FOMOing into stuff for the second batch. And that's when things start dropping, and you got to be really careful. So, I try to go through all this, and a lot of people know how this works at this point for sure. But, because I follow my referrals, I see how sales are going up, sales are going down, and things like that. A lot of people have not been really interested in ASIC miners for a long time now. They're too expensive. The profit isn't really there. People's power prices are too high. There are hosting services available, like obviously Terra there with Hawk, and then we also got metered mining, so that helps out a lot, especially if you're in like the UK where you have super expensive power. But there's that. But it's just crazy to see that. But the latest thing, I just want to bring this up. Let's just look at this. Is it here? I don't have it. Let's look at Zcash. Is it Zcash? Yeah. So you can see it's been doing this for a little while. Now, if we come into here and look at Zcash miners, they're all sold out everywhere because people started FOMOing in. They're coming in and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, look at, they're making money. Buy them all out. Everyone, like, they're sold out like everywhere. No one can find them now because everyone just went in on them. And now, like, this is going to die in like a month. By the time some people probably even get their miners in, it'll be back down to nothing. And, oh, great. Well, I missed out on that. Might not even ROI anymore. Bitmain might release a brand new one and just crush the network. Like, oh, man, like it's still happening right now, even though there was no really, I guess, motivation over the past couple of months. As soon as something started pumping, the motivation comes back. The FOMO still exists. And we have double Batman head here. We have a Batman, we got like nuclear waste plant, and then he melted a bit, but we kind of have a double melt. People kind of like when I have these references to my charts with the Batman head. Now we got nuclear power plant and melted Batman, radioactive Batman here because he's kind of lopsided face, but still technically a weird Batman there. But, we'll see what happens after that. And that's the other thing, too. Yeah, because Kaspa did so well at the beginning with the early ASICs, and then Alephian came in early with the first brand of ASICs. A lot of people FOMO'd the crap out of the Alephian ASICs trying to be first. But now because everyone thought early Alephium ASICs will be as good as early Kaspa ASICs, that mentality came into that, but now too many people bought them all at the same time, and they had a big batch ready for this, and then Alephium profits like day one just crumbled to nothing because of that. Everyone just, oh yeah, Kaspa part 2, let's go. Zero profits, done. Like it didn't even get a chance to do anything because everyone just jumped into the miners, and it was insane. And now people are kind of learning from that, and that's where people started backing off with these early ASICs from the coins. Like, we don't want to get Alephiumed because of Kaspa, and they all go together. Whether you want to deny it or agree or disagree or anything, it makes sense. Early Kaspa super profitable. People FOMO'd in after that. Also, the price was going up, and then it crashed. Everyone's like, early Alephium, Kaspa 2.0, let's go. Everyone catered on that, and then it just didn't do anything because the network hash rate just like ballooned like day one of shipping. And then all of a sudden now everyone's like, well, new coin, new ASIC, everyone's going to buy them, don't want them. But now that's when you kind of play the market. Like if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I'd just be like, okay, interesting. We saw Kaspa FOMO hit Alephium, that balloon. People are second guessing and watching themselves. And that's kind of what's happening with the XT market and stuff right now. Atari is, whoa, I'm not paying for that overpriced miner. But now we're seeing, well, they did sell out, but lucky it was a really small batch. But now we see that, they're going to ROI super fast, like a month. But that's insane. But the price is going up a bit too. But the second batch is going to destroy that and crumble that. So if it's still super profitable by the time the second batch comes, I don't know how they're probably going to have a bigger batch for the second one as well, I would imagine. And then they're really going to unload. And now they're going to have so many people FOMOing into this that it's just going to crush it. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you understand kind of what's possibly happening there? So you got to be very careful because that second batch, I have a feeling it's probably going to be larger, and it's potentially going to crush it at that point. But we'll see what happens. Then who knows if Ice River is going to do anything. Check the Zeph chart. Yeah, we kind of looked at it. Well, I didn't look at the chart, but we saw it was up. Zephyr, boom, 33%, $1.15. It did go to $1.30. That's nice stuff. But we need it back over here, right, guys? Come on. Who would be loving life right now if Zeph did this again? Like, oh man, that would be amazing. But we don't know what's gonna happen. Not financial advice. This is entertainment purposes only. Hopefully something happens. It's on the way. Let's hope so. I love Rabid. I'm not reading the rest of that. Not Mothman. Not reading that. Daddy Terrell Flurry says this too. Not in. Okay, that one says not though. Giving the people the info we really need to make informative choices. Yeah, well, I try to. A lot of people just say I'm just an ASIC pusher, and that's all I try to do is sell as many ASICs and stuff as I can to everybody. That's not the case. I'm in the gray area. I say what's going to happen. I say this is going to happen. It's all on your own risk. Yeah, sure, it'd be awesome you get it up first, but like eventually, depending on supply and coin price, a lot of them won't work out. But sometimes they do, and they turn into be amazing. But we try to throw the gray area into there. If Zeph goes up, Cubic will probably just jump on it and sell it. I was wondering about that, the pirate. Like, I remember when it was before the whole Zeph thing started, and Cubic was initially talking about Monero. I see why they did Monero, because obviously Monero's name, it has a lot with it, right? A lot of stuff is in Monero's name, the community, what it stands for, all this stuff, right? So it makes sense why they chose Monero. But I was wondering the same thing. If it was a straight profit thing, at the time, it did make sense that Zeph was more profitable at the time. But then again, based on markets, we also see that Monero always does the same thing each time as well. Like, let's look at XMR here. And it was gearing up to do its run. So that's another thing we got. Like, 2017, the 4-year cycles again, $470. 2021, $417. 2025. Remember, we were talking about this 2 years ago. A lot of people, no, Monero's done. It's never going to see that again. Never, not happening. It always done it, so I assumed it's going to do it again. And guess what happened? It broke $400 again. Now, that was the peak. Sure, it's been a little less each time, but it still broke $400. It did go over 4. This is saying 397, but I think it did hit like 410, 420 or something like that. But, it's getting lower. So it's next cycle, it might not hit, but we could see 390 maybe. Maybe even 4. I don't know. Maybe it'll just do some explosive privacy run. We have no idea. But it keeps doing it. So, we had all the confidence. So while Zeph was gearing up or Cubic was gearing up for this, it also kind of made sense that it was worth it. And then we had Tari come on with the merge mine, like right when Cubic started it, and that was really profitable too. So they kind of got really lucky there with that double whammy. Monero shooting to the moon. We had Tari pretty darn profitable there too, merge mined with it. And yeah, so everything just kind of, the puzzle pieces fit together when they had this. Now the interesting thing is when they try to move to Dogecoin. I don't know how they're going to do that at all. I really don't. Okay, you guys can't even see what I was showing there, so that sucks. But I don't know how they're going to do this for Doge. I really don't. Like, they're going to have to either get rid of the CPU side, they're going to have to get rid of the GPU side, they're going to have to get rid of one or the other, because they're going to need a bunch of their emissions to pay ASIC miners when they do adjust to that. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting thing when they do that. So yeah, you have the Doge emissions. You got to have enough hash rate. Like, you can't just point all your CPU nodes and stuff to Dogecoin, because they cannot compete with the ASICs. So they got to try to pull in ASICs off the network. And I think that's going to be really hard. I'm not saying they're not going to do it. They're going to get some. I'm obviously going to try it when it happens just to see what it looks like. But I really don't know how well they're going to do here. So if I just come into here and look at Doge for an example, Dogecoin, and like for them to pull miners off F2 pool or via BTC or Ant pool or EMCD, I think it's going to be really hard for them, because this is like dedicated hash and farms and people that just set it and forget it and don't even care what's going on. They're just mining away, and that hash is going to stay there. Like, even buying that Litecoin pool, even like Maybe they'll get some people from Mining Dutch, which doesn't have much hash rate. Maybe Luxor. I doubt it, even Luxor, but maybe some of these other little guys. I don't know, but I think it's going to be hard for them to get these ASICs away just to mine some in there. And they're claiming, no, we don't want to attack those. We don't want to do this. But this is how it all started with Monero. So now they're like trying to have safety steps. So if they get nowhere near close to actually attacking a network, they'll be like, well, we never planned on it anyway. But if they start getting enough hash to kind of looking closer, maybe be a bit of a, what's it called? A bit of a threat, then they're going to start promoting that. Oh yeah, look at us. We're the greatest. We're able to do this to this coin now. Bitcoin, we're coming for you next, blah, 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 blah. But you can see right now they're starting off safe. Like, no, we don't plan on doing this. We just want to mine it. We just want to help support the network. We're good. We're good with that. We don't want to do anything. That way, if they fail, they don't have to live up to anything that they said. But as they start getting close, I bet you their chatter will probably change. Does that make sense? You guys agree with that? I think that's what they're doing. And, obviously they had a lot of CPUs. They were profitable for that, consumer grade. So, it wasn't that much of a struggle to really get to where they did with Monero because we're profit-driven miners. But when it does come to script, this is dedicated hash on dedicated pools that's been there for who knows how long. So I think it's going to be a lot harder for them to do it. I'm not saying they're not going to be able to get to that threatening level. I just don't know how unless they destroy, because they're going to have to pull a lot of emissions away from the CPUs and the GPUs so that it gives incentives for ASICs to move. And then, not on top of that, the people have to see that the profit is there. And just us home miners, we're not going to do much. They got to try to get some of those farms to move there. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. Script is also an easy way to get BTC. Very true. Very true. Script will be the biggest ASIC purchases. Yeah, that's one of the other ones. Like, I remember before I used to talk about Bitcoin mine. I was like, it's one of the worst ASIC investments you could do. And at the time, like up until this year, that was true. You couldn't compete. Our power prices sucked. Everything else was more profitable when it came to an ASIC pretty much than mining Bitcoin directly. You mine the other coins and you convert it to Bitcoin and stuff. Now that's not the case. Like everything else sucks and Bitcoin miners and script miners are like the only miners. And we always knew this about script. But when it comes to Dogecoin and stuff, script is probably one of the best ones for us as home miners. It's a solid investment. Jazz miners are okay too. I wonder when this is going to release. Like, I hope ETC does something, or, and stuff like that, some Octa.Space. But, I like the ETH hash ones as well. I like the Jazz miners and the new iPolos. But we don't know how well they're going to do. Like, I got the V2X still on. It's making a little, like, do I still have it here? Where is it? Oh, no. Did I close it down? Oh, no. Where's my thing? Crap, I must have closed it accidentally. So I just want to go into where's GT pool. Yeah, here we go. So I'm just gonna bring it up here. Yeah, so here I am on GT pool, and like we can see here, like right now it's a little over $1.28. That's before power costs. Well, this is only using like what, 170 watts or something, like not very much. So efficient. It's 1.2 gigahash. So why not? I'm running it. And they're bigger miners, even better. It's like, what, 33.2 gigahash at like 700 watts or something like that. Like, pretty crazy. And the new Jazz miner is even better than this by a bit. So, like, I like ETH hash. It's decent. Everything's going good with that one. And then script. But right now, Bitcoin, it's looking decent. A lot of these haven't released yet, though. But, we got the new DG2 Plus that's kind of here. The L20 is now releasing 18. I remember when the L9 first released, the 15 gigahash, which is the one I got. This guy right here. This thing was like what, $90 to $100 a day. Now it's only $12.58. But that's also because we had Lucky Coin and Ceiling Cat Coin and all those other coins that only Mining Dutch had. And we were getting like 250, 300 Doge every 24 hours with this thing. It was insane. Now we're getting like 100 Doge. So like everything is dropped down in half. On top of the Doge price is a lot lower than what it was as well. So they all kind of add up. So it's not looking as good. But when it comes to steadiness, script is a great one. We have Meow Coin, which obviously isn't going to help boost those emissions very much. But we have Meow Coin that within the next few days here, I think the 9th, is it? Is it the 9th that Meowcoin is forking? They're going to be a 50-50 thing. So half of the chain is going to be on script and the other half is going to be on, what's it called? The Kapow or Meow Pow or whatever they have it called, their version of Kapow on the GPU side. So it's going to lose emissions on the GPU side, but you're gaining another coin there on the script algorithm in the form of Meowcoin. Now, obviously, the emissions, like I said, it's not that much. It's only maybe a couple $100, maybe a couple $1,000 more, but that's another coin that you're going to be getting on that. Another thing is, what was that? They actually contacted me. Yeah, they have a bunch of shirts. Meowcoin has a bunch of shirts they want to give away, and I think they want to give away some mini Doge miner or something as well, which I got to get on. As you guys know, I've been sick for a long time. I'm starting to feel a bit better, so we can start getting some giveaways on the go and things like that. But yeah, so they have a mini Doge miner that they want to give away. They have some merch and stuff for Meowcoin in anticipation for the Switch and all that. So stay tuned for that, guys. Yeah, Meow Pow, that's what it's called. Meow Pow. SHA-256 script and XM rig will be the algos to watch. Yeah, that's 100% true, Daniel Flores. SHA-256 script and XM rig. And it's funny, none of that has anything to do with GPUs. Oh, man. That reminds me. I was going into I can't remember. One of my older videos. Oh, I can't remember what I searched into here. Reset. Maybe it was. I can't remember what I said in this, but I remember looking at this. I was like, oh, yeah. But you remember this? The great GPU reset is coming. Life after Ethereum, September 2nd, 2022. And you guys can't see that because I have the screen wrong. So, yeah. There's that. I did that video in 2022, September 2nd. I don't remember what I said in that, but I remember when all this was happening, I was going through and saying, I don't know how some of you guys are new to the channel. Some of you guys have been watching me for years now. And I don't know if you guys remember when Ethereum was still around and I was using my spreadsheet because all the calculators, you couldn't adjust them at the time. You can adjust them and stuff now, but at the time you couldn't. And, Ravencoin was making like $1 or something on a 3070 or something like that. Like the profit was there and everything was profitable and everyone's loving life, mining Ethereum. It was great. And I plugged in the numbers. I'm like, guys, in a couple months, when ETH goes to POS, your Ravencoin profits are going to go from, over $1 to like negative 30 cents and negative 20 cents, depending on power price. Everyone's like, there's no way that's going to happen. That's impossible. And what happened? Day one after the merge, everything pretty much went to negatives. And, it's crazy. So I was going through that and I started remembering this stuff and just chuckling on, how times have changed. It's so crazy. But yeah, interesting stuff. I boxed up my 3900X CPU rigs last night too. My GPUs are all in boxes. And you boxed up. What are you doing with them all? Didn't run many rigs. Raven too hot. Yeah, I don't like Kapow at all. You want a Doge miner? It will work for script. Yep. Speaking of that, now, last week I messed up on this, so I want to try and I got to find that giveaway video. And I'm going to see if I can do the results live this time and see if it goes through right. So now, where is that giveaway one? If you guys did not post on this, AE box 2 plus giveaway. So I can't remember what I was giving away in this. I was either an AE box 2 or an AL box 2. I can't remember which one it was. But this is the giveaway, one of those. You know what? I'm going to come into here, copy it. I don't know if you guys, you know what? Maybe I should give you guys a chance to do this. So I'm going to put this into the chat here. That way you guys all have a chance to still. Now you have to put GS free like that. So put GS free in a comment. That way you can get in there. I'm going to wait like a minute. So you guys got to be fast if you want in there. So put GS free capital letters, and then I'll quickly try to do the draw here. So some of you guys that are here now, then I'm just going to go to the video and I'm going to comment on someone because in the video, the stipulations, nothing had anything to do with actually, what's it called? Nothing had anything to do with actually having to be in a live stream or anything. So I'm just going to find out who won. I'll contact them through the comments. And if they don't get back to me in like a week or something, then I will just have to draw again until we finally get a winner that responds back to me. If that makes sense. Now you just got to come into here. I see I have my other chats off. So I apologize for everyone in the Twitch there Case Rocker, I see you there. Scaper, I see you there. Sorry, I had everything off. I'm like, what's going on? My screen looks a little weird, and that's because these are off. We got Black Ghost Devil, what's going on? Greens from Belgium there. First time chat. Blubber. Oh, I'm butchering that one. Abdubler Allah Mahler Builder. Talk about Kaspa. Case Rocker, what's happening? And on the Kickster, I see a bunch of bot messages, so that sucks. No one's ever there. Maybe I should just quit streaming to there. I don't know. No, not in this chat. Don't put gold shell free in this chat. GS free, not in this chat. In the video comment section. Not in the chat here. I'm picking in the comments. I'm not picking in the chat. Oh, Funweiser's in there. He said he can't do the old comments on the YT. So let's just do it again. Budweiser. Budweiser's on the Tubester. Or the Twitchster. All right. Bull Peaks next month. All right. So here, I'm going to put it in now. All right. Time's up. We're going in. Pasting it in. We're going to fetch. Anything goes? No. We need a keyword filter. Keyword is gold shell free. Allow duplicates? No, we're not doing that. We're going to continue because last time I had one comment. Oh, yeah. We got comments now. We got comments. 101 total comments. All right. Are we ready for this? Remember, this is for, I can't remember the miner, but it's a gold shell miner. An AL box 2 or AE box 2. One of the two. But we'll see. And pick a winner. It is Dave Hall 5501. Congratulations to Dave Hall. Keep it up. Made me laugh. Gold shell free. Nice. So there we go. We got Dave Hall. So I got to find his comment now and figure out and tell him that he won somehow. So how do I do this? I'm going to copy this. I have to come into here. Now, if I go to my comments, can I search? There you guys are. So can I go to search here? I better go on all these. There you go. I'm giving you guys some thumbs up and some hearts and some other things that showed up. Now, sort by, can I search a thing? Filter. This. No, it didn't copy that. Do I still have the winner there? Watch that suck. We didn't have the winner. Copy. Maybe try some Control C action. I'll do this. Control C action. Now let's try this again. Paste. There. There he is. Yeah, there he is. Winner. You won. Email. All right. You won. Let's see. Contact me in PM. Discord. No, I don't want that. I don't want to contact me because then I have so many things I have to accept. Contact me at rabidmining@hotmail.com with an address. All right, there we go. Reply. Kaboom. Now we're going to wait a week or so, and if he doesn't reply to me, I'm going to redraw. Now, is that any of you guys? Like, I don't know. Like, this goes by your username, not your YouTube name. So, is that any of you guys in the chat right now, actually? Let me know. Let me know if you're actually in here. Still using Hotmail. Yeah, I'm still. Well, I also got contact@rabidmining.com, like my website here, but it's more, you got to go through, so you got to log into your dashboard and your web admin, then go into your email, and like, yeah, I don't do all that. So I just used my Hotmail for everything. I check this like once a year. Wait, Hotmail is still a thing? Well, yeah, because I got it. Now it's Outlook. It's the same thing, but now because they updated, it's all outlook.com or ca or whatever, .org, something. But like if you had an email address from way back when, like, well, I guess at least 4 years ago, then you could get hotmail.com still. But I don't think you can make Hotmail accounts anymore. I think it's how that works. Oh, Rud Putz is in the house. Rud Putz. I got to find my button. Where's my button? Here we go.
Rud Putz nuclear power. Rud Putz. Happy Halloween. Pretty soon.
Or something like that. Oh man. Craziness. Let's go. Yeah, Red Punch shows up. We're gonna like wrap this up here soon or something. Hello, is it worth mining Monero with a laptop CPU i3 1220p which has 10 cores and 12 threads? Is that 10 cores, 12 threads? Is that an Intel? That's an interesting mixture. 10 cores with 12 threads. That must be an Intel thing. Probably not with that, because if it is Intel, it probably lacks the L3 cache, and you're really only going to be mining off like 4 cores or something. But I guess it depends on the power that you're actually using. What are you mining on your CPUs? Good question. Let's take a look. Boom. There. Who would have thought? I am currently on Cubic right now. Red Putz has been a member for 44 months of the Alpha Pack. Party all day long, my man. BTC to the moon. Yes, do this. Do I have like a button here for things? Like, I don't even know. What do we got? Megaphone. BTC to the moon. I don't know. Does that even do anything? What do we got? What's this? Whoa. Crazy. I'm just hitting random buttons. I don't know what that is. Large robot. Let's check this out.
Hey, I have a large robot. Do I actually sound like a large robot?
Yeah, I don't know. That's there. Oh, guys, you gotta shut the up. Okay, we got a sensor button, so that's good. I haven't picked these up for a while. Pitch up, darkling, monster. What is that?
Hello, I'm a monster. Do I actually sound like a monster?
I'm a small robot, not a big robot, but a small robot.
What else do I got here? Oh, those are all custom ones now. Oh, applause. Yes. Everyone loves it, right? Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Much love. Does that work? I don't see any of my things actually going. Oh, did the applause work? I don't know if the applause worked. Anyway, enough about that. Swap back to Zeph, please. At least 50% of your CPUs. Yeah. Did you talk about BC2? No, I didn't yet. Block times. Is it over 1,000 seconds again? I saw it came back down yesterday. Did it? It's back up. Let's see. Yeah, it's back over 1,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Last block was 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. 3 hours. 3. Wow. You guys are making millions right now, huh? Who's mining this right now, by the way? It was at 4,000. What was it? 2-3 days ago? Went up to 4,000. Now it's, I don't know what's going on here. Let's take a look at the profitability right now at a block time of 1,000 seconds. Let's take a look at that. Where do I have BC2? Do I have it in the BTC miners? Let's see. Is it here? BC2. Yeah, BC2 right here. All right, let's kind of have a peek here. BC2 is the bottom one right here because you can't see it. I'm not lying. Let me find the right button to show you. Nope, not that button. Not that button. There you go. So you can see right here. BC2 is the bottom one. Bitcoin is the top one. So I'm just going to adjust some parameters here. So let's take a look at Bitcoin 2 right now. Hash rate is at 223 petahash. So 223 petahash. So it's up a little bit. 223. Boom. We have a price of $1.86. It did hit a dollar. What's it called? 1.86. Boom. All right. Remember, this is based off hash rate on Canon A15. So your 220 terahash or whatever. Now we need. Okay, we got network hash rate. We got that. Oh, we got to figure out the block time now. So here we go. 86,400 seconds divided by 1,041. 855 blocks a day. We're going to times that by 50 for the block reward. 42,772. Is that right? Okay, so I want to make a new one actually. Right click, copy. Okay, I just want to go now because I don't get stuff messed up. So now we got to adjust the blocks to. Whoa, I did that wrong. I think I did that wrong. Hold on. 86,400 divided by. Oh yeah, 86,400. Oh, I hit times. Divided. There we go. 120. There we go. Divided by 1041. Is that what it is? 1041. 1041, 1041. So yeah, 82 blocks a day. There we go. That looks better. Times 50 for the block rate. So 41.49 coins a day. 41. Well, that dropped quite a bit. 41.49 coins a day. Bam. $7.61. That's actually still not too bad for a slow R's block time here with 220 terahash. Let's just go to 5 terahash, the new BitAxe thing. 17 cents a day. And then a BitAxe is about 1 terahash, 3 cents a day. So what is that actually? So if we go 25 cents or 25 watts times 1,000 per kilowatts divided by 1,000 per kilowatt hours times that by, say, my power price of 12. In theory, at 12-cent power, a BitAxe Gamma at 1 terahash is profitable. Now, it costs 3 cents a day to run. And this is, you're making 3.4 cents. So you're making 0.004 cents a day in profit pool mining on BC2. If you cared about that. Like, you're probably solo mining anyway. That's all you want to do. But yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's just go back to 220 here. Going back to 220, now let's just see what Bitcoin is looking like versus Bitcoin right now. Let's just go to actual OG Bitcoin. We got 1.19 zettahash. 1.19, so that's up a little bit. 1.19 zettahash online here. And now we have a price of 123,013. 123,013. Boom. So, in theory, Bitcoin BC2 is double the profitability still based on that. Huh. Interesting. On 220 terahash, I'd say. That's $26,000 a day on there. So, oh, no, that's the wrong one. We're down here. 7. Never mind. I lied. It's not $25 a day. We're on BC now. This one, it's $761 before power cost. So you're still on BC2. You were better off mining Bitcoin than BC2. You're making more money. If you want BC2, swap it into BC2 to get more BC2. You kind of see what I'm going on here? It's still looking like BC2 or Bitcoin is more profitable than mining BC2. What CPU is worth mining Monero with? Wrath says none. We can have a look at that. Let's just bring up CPUs. Kaboom! CPUs. Sorry, that sound effect sucked. Anyway. Coming into CPUs, look at some Monero action. What do we got here? Where's Monero? I know that's annoying. Monero, where are you? Oh my gosh, I lost the XMR. How could I do such a thing? Too many freaking. Tell me if you guys see it. Yell at me if you see it before I do. Where's Monero? Too many coins here. Monero right here. I see it. I gotta make Monero have a color. Like, it should be orange. I don't know why I have that. I'm going to turn it orange and get rid of that other one. It's Monero, orange. That way we know. This, you can just go back to white. Why are you even colored? Boom. There. Now I can always find Monero. And Zeph, I should have blue. You know, that makes sense, right? Zeph. Zeph will be blue. It's kind of hard to see now. So if I go like that and make, I don't want that, the colors. No, stop it. There we go. Oh, that works, huh? Zeph is blue with white. Yeah. Now we can see that. We can see Monero. Nice. All right. Awesome. We're set. So, oh man, but I got down here somewhere. I think I have it. Yeah, I got the Tari stuff in there as well. Huh. I might have to. Okay, we're going to have to play with it down here because in theory, you merge mine Monero now with this stuff. So, we're going to do this one. So, I have Monero down here anyway. So let's take a look at network hash rates. We need Tari, we need Moneros, we need all this stuff here. So let's start with Monero. Get the numbers. 5.99 gigahash. Wow, we're almost at 6 gigahash. That is insane. Okay then. All right, so we're gonna go to 6 gigahash. Whoa, Jesus. It's been a while since, so what, 5.99, not quite 6. All right, there we go. We need a price. Monero, 323.49. 323.49. 323.49. Kaboom. All right. That's all set. That's all set. Now we need some Tari action. So if we come into here, Tari Explorer, Tari Block Explorer. All right, where you at? We need random X. 3.86. Interesting. It's a bunch of hash rate that's not merge mine. Is this correct? 3.86. Let's also look at this Tari. Monero RX. What is going on here? That don't seem right. 3.86. Oh, is that what we see here? Okay, I guess 3.86. Everything's unknown. All right, so 3.86. That's what we got here. 3.86. Tari merge. 3.86. I put that in the wrong one. Were you guys yelling at me at that? 3.86. 3.86. All right, what's the price on Tari right now? 00297. 00297. 00297. All right, so mining Monero right now, remember, like 7950X, 7950X 3D, 9950X. Those are most likely going to be your best consumer grade CPUs for this. So it's looking like you're making, what is this? Equals sum out of that. So you're making 3 cents. You're making 3 cents, almost 4 cents, 3.8 cents mining Tari with Monero, and Monero is making 51 cents for a total of 55 cents. Can you guys see that? 55. Here we go. Let's run through this again because I had the screen on the wrong thing. So 3.8 cents right here we can see is what 22 kilohash is making on Tari with it, and then 51 cents on Monero, which is 55.2 cents merge mining it. Now let's just have a quick peek. So let's adjust this price 00297. All we got to do is adjust the network hash rate for Tari on the Tari random X only. So we got 209 mega hash. Is that it? There's only 209 mega hash on Tari random X. Let's double check it with this. Tari RX. Wow, 209 mega hash. So hardly anybody mining this. This should, in theory, probably be a lot more profitable than the two together. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. So not much hash rate on for this one. Let's just, I guess it was only 176. So it is up from previously. So what is it? 209 mega hash. So 209. 71 cents. So mining Tari alone, all by itself, you're getting 241 coins or 71 cents per day on a 7950X. Mining Monero, you're getting 51 cents and only 3.8 cents with Tari for a grand total of 55. So it makes more sense to mine Tari alone on Random X than it does to merge mine it with Monero, because Monero just has way too much hash rate between the two together. Does that make sense to you guys? Then look at like we went through this. Look at the amount of coins that the ASICs are getting. 16,000 coins a day on the SHA-3X, where the CPU is only getting 241 coins. Wow. I don't know what the GPU stats are, so whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. That is insane. What else was I going to check out now? How much? Yeah, what's Zeph profits right now? I think we just looked at this. So 120. Yeah, it's at 64 cents. So Tari is more profitable than Zeph is right now, currently. Let's just update this one more time to see where Zeph is sitting this very second. 141.42 mega hash. So 141 we'll go with. 141. So it is down a bit. 141. It's a price. $1. $1. So we're at 58 cents. All right, so we're at 58 cents. So just a couple cents more than Monero merge miner. So it's looking like Tari is the better option here between these coins. Tari only is 71 cents. Now, Cubic, I still don't exactly know where I'm at here with that. But if I come into Cubic now and I look at my payout for last epoch. Oh, great. Now I need my wallet address. Go back. Copy. And go to payout here. And what do we got? Oh, I already had it saved anyway. I didn't even need to do that. Search payouts. All right. So that's with the double payout here. So interesting enough. I got more Cubic straight from XMR than I did from before they even had the halving event. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know what's happening here, but yeah, so that's good. And I'm still waiting for last epochs to come. That'll happen on Wednesday for last epoch. As you know, it's always a week behind. So we got to wait a week to get this. This isn't going to be much because you're competing with the GPUs in this aspect. So it might only be like a couple million, maybe 4 or 5 million Cubic, where here I got 67.9. So that is 131. So if I actually, where's my rigs here? So I got 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Sure, there's an epic and a dual epic. 21, then I got 22. My workstation was off and on a little bit. It kept rebooting on me. So I'll still add it. So 21 rigs, even though technically it's only like 20 and a half. And it was for 6 days. So 20 rigs, 6 days. Let's just go 131 divided by 20. 131 divided by 6 is $21 a day divided by 20. It's about $1.09. $1.09 per rig average is what I got just from the Monero, which the majority when it comes to CPUs, this is where most of it's all coming from anyway. So based on everything right now, it's still looking like Cubic is potentially the best coin to have on CPUs. Maybe. I'm still waiting for this, how it comes out. I'm still waiting to see what's happening with, what the Zeph pump and stuff. Is it going to keep going up? And obviously, if you were mining Zeph, like we mentioned at the start of the stream earlier, when it was only 85 mega hash at $1.20, now you're making $1.51. So it was a good time money. A rig was doing 1.26 Zeph coins per day by itself. So per rig. So crazy stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. And there's probably other coins out there. But yeah, that's everything in a nutshell. How about Ravencoin? Looks like a completely dead project. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I know it used to be all the talk, the savior, Raven's going to do it all. And sadly, it's people's power prices, the halvings. Ravencoin's a good example of halvings not working well. So is Dogecoin. It doesn't have anymore, and it still does things. So all these coins are talking about how they're halvings are awesome, deflationary, but all it's really doing for all these coins with low caps is they're losing more and more security, because every time they have a halving event, and if there's no price going up, you lose hash rate all the time. And that's all that's happening, is these coins are losing more and more hash rate, which means all these coins are getting less and less secure as the hash rate drops, because we're not seeing prices go up, but we are seeing block rewards continue to get cut in half. It's just not sustainable if you don't want to get hacked. So I really think the whole emission thing, like everyone's trying, Bitcoin does it, it works. Yeah, it works for Bitcoin. It's not working for anybody else. Like, what's going on? Kaspa, we're the same as Bitcoin. No, you're 4 times faster than Bitcoin in emissions, and you're becoming more centralized as every month goes by. You already lost 50% of the hash rate from 5-6 months ago because the price isn't going up and the rewards keep dropping. You are twice as acceptable to being attacked right now than you were 6 months ago. So you are not becoming a better chain. You are actually getting worse in terms of security and extra centralization. But somehow everyone keeps saying how they're the next best thing and everything is working on schedule. I don't know. BTC is the best. I actually seen some of BTC was doing pretty good. What is Bitcoin up to these days? Yeah, it's pretty flatlined. Well, the 7 days is looking good. Past 1 month, actually, not too shabby. Past 1 year, not too bad. I guess if you look at all, like when is the last spike? 2021, $1.97. 2017, $9.44 something 7 cents. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We need a crash card on aisle 6 for coin. I don't know. I don't know about that one. We'll see. We'll see. Did you see what happened to Cedra? Dead in the water, being delisted from MEXC this month. Project owner missing. Interesting. Did he just went AWOL? I heard about the MEXC thing. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I didn't, when I go to MEXC, I don't see any writing though, because I was trying to look it up. But yeah, I heard about it. I don't know what Cedra is doing in terms of Cedra coin here. 548. Still some hash, like it's still solid hash rate, which is weird. Good difficulty is dropping though. Price is doing nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I heard about it, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. What was there was another one. Something else was happening with something else. I don't remember. Oh, what was it? Spectre. SPR. Got DM'd the other day. What's happening with Spectre? Anybody know? Like it's been crashing hard. Like, wow, it's way down. There's hardly any hash rate. Someone says the dev disappeared. Like, I wonder if this could be a new spec play. Unknown. Oh yeah, could you mine to your own node? Yeah, that makes sense. You're mining your own nodes on this. But there's like, yeah, there's only $3,000 in volume. Oh, Spectre, what are you doing? What are you doing, Spectre? I had hopes for this one, but it's looking like it's becoming a failure. So that sucks. What am I doing? Why did I go to that when they have their website right here? Now, where's the Explorer? Like, what's the they have a probability calculator right on their Explorer, which is kind of nice. I'm curious. CPU stats. Oh, wow. It's only like 4 cents a day. 7950X, 9 cents a day. So, yeah, it's not really making anything. Darn it. I was hoping because everything dropped so much, like the hash rate, but the price is, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. That sucks. That really sucks. Spectre, come on. Let's do something. There's another one with a stick. We need another flat line on that thing. Well, Spectre's looking rough, so I don't know about that. VTC 29 is when they made an ASIC for it and they changed the algo. Oh, BTC is an ASIC thing now? Oh, okay. I wasn't aware about that. Alrighty. Cancel. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Got me 2 blocks of BTC2 before the rush happened. Oh, Moms308 got 2 blocks of BC2. Nice, before everyone jumped in on that. We got Case Rocker here in the Twitter saying I'm solo mining with a couple bit axes and 2 nano 3 units. I can't chat. Okay, Scafer, what's going on yet? I see Case Rocker comment there. Huh, interesting stuff. In 2025, we need unprofitability calculator. Yeah, unprofitability calculator. It's interesting, crazy stuff. Anyway, guys, I guess we're going to wrap this one up. But again, as usual, check out the link to my website right here. If you are ever looking for anything like some, ASIC miners here, we got some hardware wallets at the bottom. Sadly, the limited edition for Tangem of Rabid is not there. But we got Tangem, we got Elipel, we got Ledgers, One Keys, Trezors. All sorts of stuff happening there, so check it out. I appreciate all you guys for showing up to this live stream. I will see you on the next one.
Rabid out.